We've been talking in the area of occult indoctrination. For those that it's your first time, I'll kind of do a little bit of review. Some of the things that we start out with is going to be like, okay, you're kind of out in left field, but don't worry. I'll pull us back in, so be encouraged. So I want to start off with this video, and then we'll go from there.
You know, if I wasn't a key player in this whole conspiracy to brainwash the youth of America with pop music, I could totally date.
You think?
Oh, yeah. I'm so cool.
I'm from the streets of I told them all. All little gangsters, who you think help more and more? Now you wanna run around talking about like I ain't got it. All little gangsters, who you think help more and more? All little gangsters, who you think help more and more?
Sure, these kids have brains like Play-Doh, just waiting to be molded into shape. But something else must be going on, right? Welcome. I'm sure you're wondering why Agent Kelly and the United States government would be so interested in what appears to be a record company. Well, I'm about to show you why.
So it's not really a record company, so what's happening?
Is what our operation really does.
Is the new orange.
This is where it starts. The fads, the fashions, the product placement. From this command center, we control the most influential demographic of the entire population. We decide everything, from what clothes are in style to what slang is in vogue. Leather tank tops, matching pants, kind of a Buffy meets chicken run.
Feathers are the new rhinestones.
The new word for cool would be jerkin. As in, dude, that's jerkin. Ooh, that's dirty.
This is the epicenter of all trends. We turn your world into one giant TV commercial. But how, you may ask, can our operation be so effective? Sure, these kids have brains like Play-Doh, just waiting to be molded into shape. But something else must be going on, right? The Chinese guy knows what I'm talking about. To answer some of your questions, we've produced a short educational film. Lights!
Hello, I'm Eugene Levy, and yes, I'm an actor. No, I said cappuccino. I'm here to talk to you about something very important. No, it's not about me or my career. I'm here to talk about subliminal messages in rock and roll music, or as it's simply known in some cultures, rock music. You see, for years the government has been wisely coercing teenagers to buy products they normally wouldn't want just to get their money. Fact, kids don't have bills to pay. Fact, they don't pay taxes, but they do babysit and hold minimum wage jobs that earn them wads of cash as thick as, well, my body of work. But these kids today aren't dumb. They're not going to buy just anything. That's why the government has been planting small subliminal advertising suggestions in today's rock music. The results? We can now get these kids to buy just about anything. We can have them chasing a new trend every week. And that is good for the economy. And what's good for the economy is good for the country. So God bless the United States of America, the most ass-kicking country in the world.
Okay, I'll stop there. What do you guys think? It's funny because how many of us have followed a trend based on what other people were doing? I remember when, I think one of the first persons I saw was LL Cool J. He would take his pants leg, and so he'd have one leg all the way rolled up, and he'd have one leg down, so you walk around like that. Does anybody here remember crisscross? How many of us actually turned our clothes inside out?
I did.
I did. I mean, I had overalls going, and man, I was doing it. And so it's funny because they're making fun of, you know, things that actually happen. We are influenced by what we see, by what we hear, by what we watch. And so here, I thought this would be a great way of illustrating this whole idea. And the big question, last week we were talking about secret societies. And we were talking about Freemasonry a little bit. A big buzz that's been going around is the Illuminati and Freemasonry and Jay-Z and some of the different things that are going on in the entertainment industry. And so all these people, I mean, there's YouTube clips. How many people have seen some of the YouTube clips on some of this stuff? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff flying out there. People, oh man, it's the Illuminati and they're all getting together and there's a conspiracy theory and you know, Obama's in it and Bush is in it and everybody's in it and they're going to take over the world. The New World Order, right? And so my question is there some big plot? Because basically that's what that video, how many seen Josie and the Pussycat, seen that movie? And so that's what the whole movie was about how they're taking over. Just so you know, you weren't supposed to raise your hand if you saw 70 just like that movie. That was a trick question. But is there some big plot to control the minds of people and to influence thought? How many people say no? I mean, there's not a big plot, big conspiracy theory. How many people believe there isn't a conspiracy theory? How many people believe there is a conspiracy theory? Okay. How many people aren't sure? Okay, all right. But nobody here believes that there definitely isn't a conspiracy theory. Okay, that's interesting. So then, what is the conspiracy? That's what I want us to look at. I'm here to tell you what the real conspiracy theory is. And I really want us to look at that. The conspiracy theory is not what we think. There is a conspiracy. But it's not the Illuminati. How many people think it's through the Illuminati and what about the Freemasonry? They're kind of in it. How many people kind of into that? It's not none of those. It's not people. But the real conspiracy theory we see in Revelation 13:1-9. If you have a Bible, I want you to open it up. Nothing like reading it and seeing it for yourself. I have it up here if you don't. But if you do, I just want you to open it up. We're going to look at this. What is the real conspiracy theory? The Bible gives us a glimpse at what it is. And so I have the New Living Translation. I just wanted to let it read a little bit smoother. So starting from Revelation 13:3, it says, I saw that one of the heads of the beast seemed wounded beyond recovery, but the fatal wound was healed. All the world marveled at this miracle and followed the beast in awe. They worshiped the dragon. Who worshiped the dragon? Well, who people? The world. The world. That's important to understand. This was a global event. A global event where the world was worshiping the dragon and the beast, for giving the beast such power, they worshiped the beast. Is there anyone as great as the beast? They explain. Who was able to fight against him? Verse 5. Then the beast was allowed to speak great blasphemies against God. And he was given authority to do what he wanted. He was given authority to do what? What he wanted. That's important. For how long? 42 months. And he spoke terrible words of blasphemy against God, slandered his name, and all who live in heaven. Who are his temple? And the beast was allowed to wage war against God's holy people and to overcome them. And he was given authority to rule over what?
Every tribe.
And people, language, and nation. What does this look like set up here? What is this?
Government.
This is a one world government. We have the beast and the dragon are working together, and authority has been given to them to rule over every tribe, people, language, and nation. The book of Revelation is giving us a glimpse of what is going to happen in the future. So in order for something to happen in the future, there has to be things that have to begin to happen when? Now. It's just all of a sudden, boom, this is what it is, but it's a process. Things are slowly being put in place. Let's continue to read. Then I saw another beast come out of the earth, and he had two horns like those of a lamb, and he spoke with the voice of a dragon. He exercised all authority over the beast And he required all what?
The earth.
The earth. Required all the earth and those who belong to this world to worship the first beast. And by the way, for those who decide not to worship them, what's going to happen? You're going to be killed. Whose death wounded has been healed. He did astounding miracles. Astounding miracles. Such as making fire flash down to the earth from heaven while everyone is watching. So he's going to be doing things where people are going to say, man, we got to follow this guy. Don't fall for all the tricks that Satan does. Satan does have power, but he's not greater than our God.
Amen.
It's just tricks. Greater is he that is in us than what? He that is in the world. So it's important to remember that. But this is no joke what's going to happen in the future. And with all the miracles he was allowed to perform on behalf of the first beast, he deceived how many people?
All.
Who belong to this world. And he ordered the people of the world to make a great statue of the first beast, who Pharaoh wounding then came back to life. He was permitted to give life to the statue so that it could speak. Then the statue commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. He required everyone, great, small, rich, poor, slave free, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead, and no one could buy or sell anything without the mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. Wisdom is needed to understand this. Let the one who has understanding solve the number of the beast, for it is the number of the man. His number is 666. I say all of this because it's important to understand that Satan is setting up his world order. That is the conspiracy. It's not about Obama, government, Bush, the music industry, Hollywood. They're not scheming for themselves, but they are all puppets of Satan because they allow themselves to, because they're under bondage of Satan. Well, where do I get that from? Remember, this has been a process for those who haven't been here. We've been going through a process, and we started off real light. Now this is the last one, so this one's a little heavy. We're kind of bringing everything together. So we talked about this in Timothy. It says, and they came to their senses. Who? Believers, talking about they came to their senses and escaped from the snare of the devil, having been what?
Held captive.
Who's held captive? Before we gave our lives to Christ, we were held captive to do, whose will are we doing? The will of the devil. To do his will. Those who are not called according to God's purpose and are following along his will are puppets of Satan, whether they know it or not, whether they believe it or not, it doesn't matter. And most people have no idea that they are a tool, an instrument of Satan. We already talked about how Satan was given authority, rule over this world. Right now, he has authority. Satan is a liar and a deceiver. We talked about that. He isn't just going to come at you and say, hey, you know, man, you want to go to hell? Come on, it's going to be a party down there. Come on. He's not going to do that. But he's going to come at you in a way that you would never believe. And he'll deceive you. Satan influences the world for him. I want us to see the bigger purpose. I want us to see the bigger